Oh, it feels so good to be home. Oh, you just don't know. You just don't know. Good evening and welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Right here on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis and Chicago, and the best music of your life, also in Chicago. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you follow me on Facebook, um, you know I had a great weekend. I'll tell you guys about it um, later on this evening. Give you guys a chance to unwind. And like my good friend Big Corn says, grab your favorite beverage and sit back and relax and listen to some of the greatest love songs of all time. Right here on WOSDRadio.com. And of course, Biggs Radio and the best music of your life.com. Let's kick it off with the Gap Band. This is Yearning for Your Love on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. So just stop messing around. Oh, Shania, of you softly in your ear. Oh, baby. John Caldwell. Lily, hello, Lily. Hello, TC. Hello, Captain Sky. Hello, Lily again. And Lily again. And Captain Sky again. And to all the ships at sea, good evening. You're gigging tonight. Cool, John Caldwell. Gigging is always good. Well, let me tell you about my weekend. Sunday night, I was down in St. Louis, and I received an award for community service for years as a hey Angie, years as a what is it that I do? Okay, I thought it was kind of cool. I enjoyed the trip. Um, I gotta say this: when you going back to Gino's soon? I hope. I don't have a set schedule to be at Gino's, so yeah. But went down to St. Louis. St. Louis. I guess some people don't watch me on Facebook. But thank you so much. Thank you, Lily. I I don't know what to say. I was just so elated that I was down in, that I got this award. I got a chance to, you know, give an acceptance speech and all that stuff. It was like, oh, okay, cool. So, like I said, I had a great time down there. So it was good. And I get all the way down to St. Louis, right? And all I want to do is just sleep. I got my award. We went to this restaurant, which was next door to um, the Blues Museum, the National Blues Museum, which is down there. And I was like, I just want to go somewhere and lay down and go to sleep. So I was told that I could go back. Awards are given for the saddest life story. I know, right? I was waiting for you to chime in, Troy. I didn't. hoping you would let me have all the spotlight, but go ahead. Like, go ahead, shoot me down, please. You know, the preacher said a couple of weeks ago, he said, if you don't have no haters, then you're doing something wrong. I said, okay, well, there you go. So bring the haters on. Come on, Troy. Come on with the haters. But I had a great time while I was down there. Like I said, after we ate, I was like, I just want to crash. So I went back to the hotel room and I did what I always do every night before I go to bed and watch Two and a Half Men on Fox 2 down there. I was like, okay. And that was it. Um, I was like, wow, this is great. So, I was just happy that I went. My niece, she kind of pushed me to go. She said, when was the last time you went out of town? I'm like, I don't remember. That's how long ago it's been. So I got out of town, and I did something different. So I feel like I've accomplished something finally. Can I have your autograph on a good check? I know that's right. But like I said, I feel like I've finally accomplished something. So, but I had a good time down there. I'm looking forward to going out of town real soon again. So, all in all, it was a uh, great trip. So, I had a great trip. So, looking forward to doing it again real soon. You know, but when I got down to St. Louis, I'm like, wait a minute, why does St. Louis look like Chicago? I was like, wow. The only difference is they have an arch, we have a beam. So, but once again, I had a great time. Looking forward to getting back down there real soon. You know, so yeah, I hate that I had to leave. A day after I was supposed to. Normally I get Mondays off from work, so I was going to take um, late bus trip, not bus, but train. The midnight train, and come in the morning and just go to work. But that's pretty much what happened. I went straight to work. So, but once again, I had a great time. I got an award that I wasn't expecting to get, and a lot of people, want to talk to me and all that stuff. I got a chance to run into a gentleman who used to be on BMX back in the day here, Roy Michael Roberson. He was down there. He lives down in St. Louis. He and Bob Coleman, another guy, they used to work together um, at what was that place? It was inside of a Holiday Inn. It'll come to me later. But he and Bob Coleman would DJ together. Of course, Bob ended up at WLTH and then going down to Magic 104. I think it was a Magic 102 down in St. Louis. And when they let him go, he ended up becoming a cop and doing some other stuff. So Roy Michael Robertson ended up staying down there as well. So, but it was good to see him. You know, 'cause I listened to him back in the day on BMX. Sure did. Yeah, but it was good to see him. I don't know if I'll get that picture, but I was down there. Um, Dr. Bobby Jones had gotten an award as well for a humanitarian award. Dr. Bobby Jones, who's like in his 70s, but he doesn't look it. You know what they say, black don't crack and beige don't age. And he definitely looked like he had not aged a bit. Thanks for that just for men. I tell you. I should talk, right? Yeah. But man, it was just cool. It was a great trip. Yeah, a great trip. Bree, what's going on? Yeah, but boy, I was when I got off the train, I was so turned around, I didn't know which way. I'm like, wait a minute, I could walk to the station from Union Station. I'm like, no, I can't. So of course there were, they had like a bunch of buses, not buses, but cabs outside. So I was able to get a cab and get right to work. Got there late, but I let them know I was going to be late, and of course they were looking for me. Where's Al? On a train coming from St. Louis. So, you know, it's like, who wants to know? So that was it. So that's my story, and that's it. I love you too, sweetheart. I love you too. From right here in the shy, the independence, and just as long as you need me, just as long as you want me, I will be around. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and I was talking about my trip to St. Louis, where I got an award for community service, and it was signed by the president himself. I'm like, whoa, that's some heavy stuff right there. Anyway, had to go all the way down to St. Louis. But it was worth the trip because we went to the National Blues Museum. And it's like, I have to say this. Now, we have the Stax Museum, not the Stax Museum, I'm sorry, the Chess Museum here in Chicago. They're going to have to step up their game because the Blues Museum included Chicago's chess records in there as well. And it was a beautiful exhibit. It looked just like looked like the Museum of Science and Industry, just with us folks in it. And it was just beautiful. It was wonderful. Hey, Sister Teresa, thank you for joining me on Facebook. Daryl Owens, thank you so much for joining me. And of course, my daughter, Brianna, who says she's my favorite daughter. And if she says it, then it is so. Here's Michael Jackson, the lady in my life. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and this is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. In the line. Man, I was so upset when I left. When I left St. Louis, it was like 70 something degrees there. I was like, man, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go. But once again, I had a great time. The weather was just so nice down there. Then I got home and it was like kind of chilly. That hawk just reminded me you are at home. Isn't Brianna the one you said you're trying to sell on eBay? Troy, you're so funny. Thank you, Miss Logan. Thank you again. I appreciate that. I'll be back, guys. You all talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back in a flash. He's back. Did you miss me? Probably not. Of course not. All right, let's see if this thing works. Arctic wind. All right. At least it's quiet. It's a quiet fan. Greg Moore, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Back at home. That's all you want to know. So I could pick people up on Sunday morning and take them to church. Yes, I'm fine. I'm here. Are you safe? I hope I am. Woo! Ah. How did you like that train ride? It was different, Greg. I got to say this. I've never been on a train that long. That's like riding the red line all night. you know, it's like, good Lord. Of course, we made a few stops in Alton, Springfield, so on and so forth. But I was like, wow. I had seen it on television before, but I never experienced it. You know, I can only describe it as Um, oh, and Joliet, I think. Yeah, I can only describe it as that scene in The Color Purple where she goes to the caboose and she's throwing the candies out. You know, that's the only way I can describe it. It was like that. You know, there's nothing but land. You know, nothing but land everywhere. It's awfully quiet. Oh well, it's supposed to be. But anyway, yeah, it was just that's the only way I can describe it. It was beautiful. It was different. Of course, I got to sleep on the train, but it wasn't. You know, it was just how can I put it? I couldn't really relax on the train because it was my first time. But once you get sleepy enough, your ass goes to sleep. When you get tired, and I had my beats on, my headphones. I'm listening to smooth jazz on Sirius XM. Everything that I would do at home to go to sleep. And that's what I let's accept that. But business class or coach, I did coach. I could have done business class, but I was like, it's my first time. I don't want to. But coach was good enough, this time. But next time I'll do the business class because um, I'd never been on a train that long. Like I said, I can only describe it as riding the red line all night from 95th all the way to Harlem. I think it is. Yeah, it's the only way I can describe it. Just being on a train all night and all day, and I could not wait to get to my destination. And I'm like, I'm in St. Louis. I'm like, wow, you know. I see you, man. Big things, love it. Thank you, thank you, little nephew. Yeah, that's little nephew. That's not big nephew. That's little junior, junior. But man, I'm like, I'm in St. Louis. You know, not that I haven't been anywhere before. But it was like, man, I'm in St. Louis. Yeah, you will like the business class. More room on the seats. I will remember that next time. But I did the coach this time. I was like, okay. Hey, Ronnie. Uh, thanks for coming. Ronnie came to Williams and Pizza on Saturday, and she brought her good friend with her. And of course, I got accused of being on a date. Because I was sitting there, talking to them and stuff. And my my boss is smart ass. I'm like, text me and say, "Are you on a date?" I'm like, really? It's not like they just came in and got free pizza. They were sitting there. I would sit with anybody if they asked me to come sit down and have some pizza. I'm like, okay. It's not like I'm spinning and scratching and all that stuff and mixing. You know, he sent one of the waiters over. He's like, "Okay, Jamal wants you to change the music." I'm like, okay, no problem. The playlist is kind of stale. I'm like, oh, okay. So, but it's cool. You know, there it's like it's not like I'm at a club or something. So the music is like in the background. I don't even talk. I stopped pulling out my mic. So pulling out my mic. That started somewhere in the middle there. Michelet and Something in My Heart, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Preston Shanks, also to Ronnie, also to Greg Moore, and my nephew. That is my great nephew, and that's Richard Piggy. That's his name, Richard Piggy. Thank you so much for being on my live. I appreciate it. Since I don't get to see you except on Facebook, you and your dad. But thank you. He said, I see you, man. Big things. Love it. Thank you. Thank you, nephew. Uh, on Saturday, got a chance to perform with, well, not perform, but MC a show with Antone, Dawn, and of course, Julian, the artist. And we had a great time on the, I guess, the West Loop is what it's called on Washington. And thanks to Verta for having us and her organization. We just had a ball there. We had a stone ball. And I got to meet some people who are selling CBD or CBD. CBD. Yeah, they selling weed, but it's medical weed. And I was like, wow, you all are now my new best friends. He said, who take one of our brochures? I was like, okay, I certainly will. He said, now, when you try it, just take 2 pulls and that's it. You promise you're gonna take 2 pulls? Oh yeah, I'm gonna take two long hard pulls. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's been a while. Here's the first of 2 in a row from Stephanie Mills. How come you don't call me anymore on Bedtime Stories? How come you don't call me no more? Mm-mm. What'd you say? A mess. Uh-uh. Where your girlfriend at, Ronnie? Mm-mm. Better step up your game, Ronnie. Your girl might, no, she might get it. She's kind of sexy there. She might get it. Ronnie would kill both of us, okay? She'd be like, sorry. I saw you first, so, that ain't happening. Okay. Mm-mm. That ain't happening. Would you say I plead the fifth? Yeah, yeah. I see you in court now. Miss Williams, did you have to kill both of them? Hell yeah, I did. Was Mr. Greer your man? No, but he was gonna be until that heifer stepped in the picture. I never should have brought her down to there. I'll tell you. Mm-mm. And thus would be the end of her career. But anyway. But I had fun with you guys. Seriously, I had fun because normally nobody down at Williamson talks to me except one waitress, and her name is Jasmine. She's the only one that speaks. The rest of them, they wave and they keep going. They're like, I don't know who you are, but, I don't know why they call you doctor because, you don't wear the doctor mask or whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay. Duh. If I was Ramonski Love, they'd be all over me. A crazy Howard McGee or somebody like that, they'd be turning flips and cartwheels and everything else. We don't know who you are, or the bad boys or something like that, Like, oh, okay. We don't know who you are. So somebody came in one night looking for me. Now, this normally doesn't happen. So they came in looking for me. We're looking for Dr. Greer. Who? Oh, the DJ. Okay. I'm too laid back for him. Yeah, I know. I got to wear green and yellow canary yellow suit and, be like really loud. And loud and out of my element because I don't do that. I'm too laid back for them. But that seems to work for them, that whole loudness thing. I remember we were at, I never will forget, we were at E2 downtown one night. It was some kind of GCI event and played some Motley Crue. Coming right up, sir. And I swear Howard had on a purple suit. I, I swear he had on a purple suit. I was like, wow, okay. He looked like a California raisin in a purple suit. I'm sorry. He just did. You know, I'm like, okay, you sharp, I think. What do I know? I don't know how to dress, so you can't, you know. If he wasn't my Masonic brother, I really would talk about him. Which one? McGee? He's a Mason? I didn't know he was a brother. Okay. Well, I guess you can't talk about him then. Okay. Mm-mm. Now it makes sense. Okay. Now it makes sense. Okay. I'm like, why did they bring him back? Oh, okay. I'm like, it's got to be something to it. It's got to be something to it. Now I understand. Okay. The brothers and sisters, they hang together, and that's cool. You know, I'm not a brother, so you know, but my brother's a brother because I remember he kicked me out of the house one night. It wasn't even his house, and I got kicked out because they were having a meeting. I'm like, you can't be here. Oh, okay. I was like, I got an uncle who's a Muslim and a Mason. He keeps secrets from himself. I always tease him about that. It's like you can't talk in your sleep, can you? You can't tell nothing to nobody. You know. I'm sorry, I can't be a part of an organization where, you know, I got to keep secrets from my wife. So why were you presented with that award? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Mason Muslim. Yeah, but anyway, and it's funny because all of my friends are Masons, but they never have asked me to join. I guess they, you know, you don't want to join, Brother Greer, you know. One brother, he's I think he's in the Elk Lodge or something like that. He's trying to get me in that. He's like, okay, well, that's cool. You know, you know, and everybody wants to be a part of some organization, and you know, I'd like to be a part of something before I check out here. So you know, but why not? Why won't they let me? I don't know. You know, they can't tell me why they can't let me in. You know. But see, that was something that I wanted to do a long time ago. My grandfather was Prince Hall Mason, and you know he would always get dressed up to go to these meetings, and I'm like, "Where's Granddaddy going? He's going to the." He called them the union meetings. I'm like, I didn't know he was a, you know, I didn't know until he died that he was a Mason. I'm like, wasn't something that was discussed around the house, you know. You know, and you too one day will be a Mason. They don't talk about it. So yeah. Now I see why my daddy never jumped on my mother. He had disappeared. Roman. woman. Two in a row from Stephanie Mills. If I, I can't read my own typing. If I were your woman. Kimberly, hello. She says, hello, everyone. Dr. Dusty, how are you? If there's such a thing as train lag, you got jet lag. I have train lag. I could not sit down and, I couldn't. I took a short nap. I'll put it to you that way. I slept for about 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour. I was like, wow. It's great to be home and be in my own house, on my own couch, by my own bed, because I never made it to the bedroom. I just crashed on the couch, and that was great. But my trip to St. Louis was worth it because I got an award, and people are still saying, so you got an award for what? Like excellent community service for being in radio for 40 years. And, it's like anytime a person asks you why you got an award or what was it for, why did you get an award? Like, why you got to say it like that? Like, what did you do? Like, well, and then one of my cousins said, well, I've been doing this for umpteen years and I never got an award. I'm like, oh, are we hating there? Because are we hating there? I was like, oh, really? Oh, keep on. Maybe another few years you'll get an award too, cuz. Here's O'Brien on Bedtime Stories. Mm-mm. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I hear the fan now. It's making noise. Oh, my headphones, they made noise too. They fell to the floor. Oh, okay. I feel the fan now. It had to get the cobwebs out. Troy said Weird Al Yankovic said that Prince is the only person or group to refuse permission on more than one cover, wants to cover one of his songs. Shows Weird Al is a superior musician to the Purple Midget and that he rocks the accordion better than Prince played guitar. You're comparing a genius to, okay. Well, he's, I can't say anything. He's, he's one of used guys. Hey, he's one of used guys. All right, and here's my award for nothing. My award for being old. Lady G. And it says, and it reads, the President's Volunteer Service Award. The President's Volunteer Service Award is presented to my government name by the AmeriCorps in recognition and appreciation for their commitment to strengthen our nation and communities through volunteer service. And then there's a letter included in here. It says, the American story depends on not on any one of us, not on some of us, but all of us. I congratulate you in taking it upon yourself to contribute to the public good. I'm proud to present you with the President's Silver Volunteer Service Award in recognition of your 250 hours of service to this great nation. Throughout the country's history, the American story has been strengthened by those who combine an optimism about what can be, the resilience to turn that vision into reality. I know I'm not alone in recognizing that those who are willing to step up and volunteer in service of community and country are essential to the ongoing work of forming our more perfect union. By sharing your time and passion, you are helping discover and deliver solutions to the challenges we face, solutions that we need now more than ever. We are living in a moment that calls for hope, light, and love. Uh, Hope for our futures, light to see our way forward, and a love for one another. Through your service, you are providing all three. On behalf of the American people, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to you as your volunteer leadership, and I encourage you to continue to answer the call to serve. This country is counting on you. It is signed, President Joe Biden. Yeah. Thank you, Lady G. That's what you're supposed to say. Not, why they give you an award? What you do? Why you got an award? What you get an award for? What did you do that was so, anyway, so, yeah. But thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. That's what I wanted to hear. You know. Oh no. What you do? What you do special? Why they give you an award, not nobody else? 250 hours of volunteer. Congratulations, well deserved. Thank you, Presidential Honoree Al Greer. Thank you, Lawana. That's what people are supposed to say. They're like, as if I don't deserve anything. I mean, really, now all of you are sounding like Troy. Where you at? You out of town. Somebody said, you can't afford to go out of town. Where you get money from to go out of town? I'm like, dang. Y'all won't let a brother be great. You went out of town. Oh, my God. You must got some broad that gave you some money. Dahoov, he said, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. You can't afford to go to Gary. How the hell did you get all the way to St. Louis on the train for $30 there and $30 back? I think in all I spent a whopping $120. I got put up in the Essence Suites Hotel in beautiful downtown St. Louis. How was your journey on the Amtrak and your stay at the St. Lunatics? Like I said earlier, I've never been on a train that long. It's the equivalent to being on the red line all day and all night. That's what it is. From 95th all the way to Harlem. That's what it felt like. It felt like sleeping on the train. That's what it felt like. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I was, I don't even remember what I said in my speech, like, wow, they giving me this? Phyllis Hyman and Groove with You right here on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, straight from St. Louis. Thank you to Dinah Lynn Biggs. Thank you so much. She was the one that mentioned me for the award. I'm like, what? Like, what? Okay, and then the music stopped. How long was the trip? It was 5 hours there and 5 hours back. I left Sunday morning and I got there sometime Sunday afternoon in St. Louis. Went straight to the hotel. I wanted to take a nap so badly, but I didn't. I said, let me just stay up. So I did. After the ceremony was over with, um, we went to this restaurant, which was next door to the National Blues Museum, which is where I received the award. And after that, it was back around the corner to the Essence Suites Hotel, where I crashed on the let-out couch. I'm like, it's almost like being at home because the let-out couch was about the same size as my bed here in Chicago. So, and the first thing that I did was grab the remote control and start flipping through the channels. And what did I see? My favorite show, Two and a Half Men. Yeah. It's like, wow, it's almost like being at home. It's just in another town, you know. Here are the Independents once again. And baby, I've been missing you. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer on Bedtime Stories. Hey, Miss Delicious. Hey, that came off pretty easily. Come on, wherever you are. There we go. Oh, wow. I'm glad God blessed you with traveling grace and mercy to and from your destination. God is good. I had is it broke yet? Nope, not broke yet. I had a moment. I had a moment on the way back this morning. And do you know what day it is? I think it's still Monday. I'm not sure. But I was just in awe at the fact that someone thought that much to put my name into something, and for me to get this, you know, this beautiful award. I'm like, I was not expecting it, but you know, I don't know if you all saw the pictures that I posted on Facebook of me in that suit. I finally got a chance to hang that suit up. I tell you, it's going straight to the cleaners. But I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the company. Of course, representing Biggs Radio, because that's Dinah Lynn Biggs radio station. So I didn't, you know, go bragging about my station because, hey, but it was all good. And you don't remember your sister's birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Angie. And once again, it's all about Angie, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing a radio show, but it's all about her because it's her birthday. So happy birthday to my sister, Angie. I tell you, you and Chris are just alike, boy. You gotta be about you. Yep, those Libras it's about you, girl. Yeah, it's all about me. It's all about me. Yeah, you know, but it's cool. So when is your party? You're having a party this year? Maybe you can invite some of your celebrity friends. Oh, you don't have any. Anyway. Snarky, wasn't that? Yeah, that was real bad, wasn't it? Oh, no. Okay. But happy birthday, Angie, from all of us here. I mean, from me. Yep. Whoa, I know, right? Whoa, boys. We almost passed up the Richard McGee. Whoa, boys. I congratulated you several times. You just forgot me. Oh, that's the only reason that you were congratulating me. Oh, okay. She wasn't congratulating me because she was proud of me. She was congratulating me because she wanted me to say happy birthday to her. Oh, okay. I get it now. All right. Oh, it's all about me. It's all about me. Daring to try, do it or die. It's gotta be me. No, you were proud of me until I forgot your birthday, of course. I understand. Ah, which is probably why certain people are not on my live anymore. I'm not going to name any names, but they've not been on my live since I corrected them about who made this song. Right, the name of the song was called "Sweet Summer Days." It's by Roy Obito or Obieto, who was a guitar player. Well, the featured singer on the song was Peebo Bryson. So when they said, play Peebo Bryson Sweet Summer Days, I said, you mean Ray Obieto or Obito Sweet Summer Days. Well, Peebo's singing on it. I said, well, his, it's Ray Obieto's song. Oh, well, you stop it. So it was like, oh, I can't correct anyone. I'm sorry. Yeah, they've been mad at me ever since. I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry. When I looked up the song, it did not say Peebo Bryson's name anywhere. It was like Roy Obito, whatever his name was. It's like, okay, okay. But that's the only way people know it. I know. But, when you try to, tell people, well, this is, they don't want to hear the history of the music, especially when they know me. Then they think I'm showing off. And I wasn't. I really wasn't. But, for them to throw away a 20 something year friendship over who made what is beyond me. And I'm like, okay. So that's it. But the bottom line is happy birthday, Angie, and many more. You're catching up with me. So that's that. So once again, happy birthday. Yeah, and many more. I just hope I make it to your age. Nah. Anyway, of course I'm older, so. But I guess as you, some people get older and they get cranky. Not talking about you, Angie. You're not cranky. You just don't go anywhere. It's like, you need to get out more. You just need to get out more. This young lady was asking me, she said, why are young men so, what was the word she used? Ignorant, ornery, something like that. I was like, um, first of all, you live in Maywood, which is close to the west side. So guys over there tend to be a certain way. And like I always say, I blame their parents because the parents didn't raise them right. So they don't know how to talk to women. Hey, baby, you want to smash? Smash what? Some pumpkins or what? Smashing pumpkins. Get it? There you go, Troy. So it's like, okay. But she's always at, why are young men like that? I said, well, first of all, at your age, men that are your age are just, how can I put it without insulting anyone? They're just dumb. They're just dumb. They're just slow. And that's it. They were not taught how to treat a woman. They just weren't. So therefore they, do and say stupid stuff to women. They don't know how to approach a woman and said, excuse me, I would like to, I I'd like to take you out. So right. A boy at 33 years old is a boy at 33. He's still a boy. You know. This with the world is round. The late great Isaac Hayes and Come Live With Me. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Trying out this new fan here. It's blowing right into the microphone. So it sounds like it sounds like that train I was on earlier this morning. Anyway. Coming up, more of your favorite slow jams right here on Bedtime Stories. I'm still kind of reeling from that train ride. Ronnie asked me, how was your train ride? Or how long was it? It was 5 hours there and 5 hours back. 10 hours in all on an Amtrak train, which was, like I said, the equivalent to riding the red line all night long. That's what it was. I'm like, not that I've ever done that before. Um, maybe in another life I did that. Anyway, happy birthday to my sister from another mister, Angie Martin Turner. Happy birthday today. She made 73. Congratulations, sweetheart.
Get the food you love with perks from Club What You Love.
Absolutely. Grubhub, a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories. Right here on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, and the best music of your life. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Ronnie, you are absolutely right. It saved me gas money because I was like, if I drive down to St. Louis, how much gas is that going to be? It's going to be a grip there. So, yeah, I said, nah, I think I'll. And it was my niece who said, well, Unc, why don't you just take the train? It's only 5 hours. Oh, just 5 hours on the train? Oh, shoot, shoot. Hey, you ain't said nothing. Just 5 hours? Okay. So, ah, so I left Sunday morning. I got into St. Louis Sunday afternoon. I stayed until the next morning, left at around 6 o'clock in the morning, and got back to Chicago around 12:45. Went straight to work. So I'm like loony right now. But thank you for checking in to Bedtime Stories. Lady G, Ronnie, also to Miss Delicious. I got to play this one for you, sweetheart. Mm, mm, mm. Mm-mm. Yep, it saved me a ton of money by switching to Geico. Yeah. You say you got your gas card, and it was like, it was an experience. It was, something that I had not experienced. I mean, excuse me, that's the first one. I've been on a train before, but never to that magnitude. My niece said, "So did you go to the bar?" It says, "There's a bar on the train." Good Lord! So I was really, um, I don't know how to put it. I was just really elated, getting down to St. Louis, getting my award, that whole thing. It was just it was surreal. That's the only way I can describe it, you know. But their National Blues Museum down there is, I'm like, this is beautiful. This is wonderful. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. So, said I was going through my mail. I got my gas card from the city. Oh, yeah. Somebody was telling me about that. I think my wife was telling me about that. And I think there was a stipulation where I couldn't sign up for it. I forgot what it was, but I started filling out the application and it asked some question. I was like, ooh, okay, that was the end of it. Um, Something about a city sticker or something like that. I'm like, I don't have a city sticker. You know, Up until now, my car was registered to Park Forest, so I didn't need a city sticker for it. So, yeah, Park Forest stickers are like $15. Ours are like $100 and up. I had to get a city sticker for my niece's truck so that I could drive it, so that I wouldn't get a ticket on it or a boot. Guess what? They booted it anyway. Yeah, it was so embarrassing because I had to ask this young lady for a ride that I had just met or just reconnected with. So I had to ask her for a ride home, and it was just, yeah, that kind of put, I kind of put a fork in that one. So that was pretty much it. So I don't expect to hear from her ever again. So no, no, never. So that was it. I'm like, oh well, I blew that. Next time you want to visit St. Louis, take the Greyhound and leave the driving to us. Well, don't tell nobody I used my dad to get my sticker since it's a senior discount. Yeah, and they don't check, The thing is, a sticker is a sticker. They just want to see a sticker on your car. Two in a row from the baby Nancy Wilson. That is, I wish you love. Yes, I do. Of course, that's going out to Miss Delicious, who's probably not listening right now. I know when she's listening. I know when she has her friends listening to me, because they always report back the next day. I'm the talk of Stroger Hospital. Do you know what your husband said last night? No, what did he say, girl? You said this at 10 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Are they listening that closely? Oh, well. Keep listening, because I'm going to say some other crazy stuff tonight, too. Here's Norman Connors with a little help from Illinois Mills. This is your life. Good Lord. Get your lips together, Al. Get your lips together. Yeah, they don't care as long as they see a sticker in your window. They don't care. until you get in the car, and then, like if you got a handicap, plaque, you get one of those boys, like, okay, and they see you get out of the car and you like, jump and skip out the car. They're like, you ain't handicapped. So don't worry about it. Mm-mm. I remember one night, this was a long time ago. I was I was dropping somebody off, and they had to. I still got my car registered and my truck registered to Omaha. Keep it registered. They can't F with you if you got it registered out of town. That's why mine is registered to Park Forest. You know. But anyway, I remember one night I was at Walgreens. I was dropping this young lady off at Walgreens. And, I wasn't going to be in there long. I pulled up in the handicap spot, and the police pulled up right behind me. So I couldn't back up, and they just sat there and wrote the ticket. I'm like, oh, okay. And wrote the ticket. And then they let me go. Like, okay, you bastards. You bastards. You killed Kenny. So they just sat there and just wrote the ticket. They like, don't even try to move. I'm like, they didn't even they never even looked at me. They just handed me the ticket. Now I could have been in there with braces on my legs and everything else, But I remember one time I went to the DMV. I never will forget this. This is when my wife was still in love with me. And I just got out of the hospital. And she took me to the DMV. And well, I'd been in the hospital for like a week or almost a week. So when I got out of the car and we went to the DMV, and I had the cane with me. And I got in there, they said, "Oh, sir, no, you moved to the head of the line." I'm like, "I do." "Oh, you're handicapped." "Yeah, I sure am. I got this cane here. I'm handicapped." I didn't know that handicapped people get preferential treatment. Now, I wasn't handicapped. It was the fact that I just got out of the hospital. So my legs were like ramen noodles. I had no strength whatsoever. And she took me to the DMV to get my license renewed. I remember that. Like I said, when she was in love with me, and they scooted me to the front of the line, and I didn't say a word. Nope. Yep. They did it when I took my dad. Yep. They scooted me right to the front. I was like, how cool is this? So next time I go, I'm going to pull my cane out and go up in there. "Why do you think I carry my cane?" "Oh, okay." Well, my thing is, if you don't need it, don't use it. But I didn't know that, people get perks for being on a cane. I'm like, okay. "Oh, come on, mother, let me help you." I'm like, or "Come on, dad, let me help you." "I don't need no." "Oh, yeah, I need help." "Oh, yeah, oh, my bones are cracking, and yeah, I need somebody to help me." But I don't think about stuff like that. My mother got around with no help, no cane, no crutches, no walker, no nothing. She only used a walker in the house, and those were, her latter days on this earth. And but she never complained. I remember one time it was my turn to take her shopping, right, on that Thursday, and I took her shopping, and everybody in Stack and Van Til's out in Hammond, everybody knew who she was. Everybody, you know. Did you know Popeyes has a senior discount? No, I did not. Now, you know how much I love Popeyes, right? That old sugary chicken. Yeah, they put sugar in it. That's why it tastes so damn good. It's like, this chicken is good. This is almost better than Harold's. It's because they put sugar in the batter. Get addicted to it. I go through a family meal all by my damn self. I don't need no help. But I didn't know Popeyes had a senior discount. Jay said that will work at the airport too. Y'all just encouraging me to pull out my cane, aren't you? I think I gave my cane away. I think I did. Because when my dad passed, he had a collection of canes. And of course, my brother kept most of them. So, yeah. Popeyes has a senior discount. Well, I know Denny's does, the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, I'm gonna hurt the OJs and let me make love to you right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Albert. I was told this afternoon. They said, and this is from my good friend Dinah Lynn Biggs. She called me. She said, first of all, you didn't call me to let me know that you're back in Chicago. I said, well, I called you. Well, I woke you up this morning before I left. I said, okay, I'm headed back to, Chicago. And she said, okay, be safe, and, I love you and all that stuff. I said, okay, all right. So I left, got back about 12:45, got to work around 1 o'clock, and punched in and worked until about 6:30 because I was late. But she called me and said, they wanted you to come back. I said, wanted me to come back? Said they didn't know that you had left. They thought you were going to stay, He said, we wanted you to accept the award for the OJs. I was like, are you kidding me? And I'm standing there at work like, how can I get back to St. Louis in a couple of hours? No way, only in a helicopter. I was like, dang. It would have taken me longer just to get to the airport to get to St. Louis, to get to the the Blues Museum, to accept an award for the OJs. I was like, wow. So that's why I played the OJs music. So, wow. I'm moving on up there, like George and Wheezy. Here's One Way, featuring Al Hudson, Something in the Past, on Bedtime Stories. I only use my stick only if I'm going to be in a lot of pain in my legs when walking. Well, fortunately, I don't have those problems. I don't. I'm in pain now. My finger has swollen up and it looks like a thumb now. But so I keep, putting, what is that stuff? Putting alcohol on it. So it was a lot worse. But I don't know. I guess I'm like most men. I don't complain about aches and pains. I just attribute that to just being old. Like when I was diagnosed with the diabetes, I'm like, oh, I'm just falling apart. I'd be running to the bathroom and stuff. What happened to your finger? I was pulling out a hangnail and, you know, that's about it. It's okay. Like I said, it just, keep soaking it and it'll be all right. You know, it'll be fine in the morning because it would have been, because it happened once before to another finger. Why would it have to be this finger though? Anyway, get cut off Facebook doing that. So, yeah, it happened once before. I think it was my thumb or on, yeah. So, you know, may have had something to do with, like I said, I might have pulled a hangnail or something and it swelled up, got infected, that whole thing. So, but and if it isn't any better, by the end of the week, I'll go to the emergency room at St. Bernard's because all they're going to do is stick a needle in it, drain it, uh, wrap it up, and say go back home and don't use that finger. So ice can also take down the swelling. I think I'll do that. I'll put some ice on it, wrap it up real tight with some ice. You know, but every time I hit it, it just you know it starts hurting even more. You know, and you can't. I found that you can't not use that finger, especially when you're writing. You know, and you have to try not to apply too much pressure to that finger. So, but I'm okay. Well, why would it have to be this finger? You know, I do some of my best work with that finger. So I can't do any work with it when it's wrapped up in a band-aid or sticking in some ice or something. So, but during foreplay, I'll just, put it in a bowl of ice and just let it soak, and play them 4 songs. So why are you laughing at me, Ronnie? Mm-mm. Ronnie and her girl, boy, Ronnie had her nails did and stuff. She had on her best hair and everything. She was like, "Ooh," I'm like, okay. Go on, Ronnie. Go on with your bad self, girl. Girl. Yeah. But she said, I'm not touching it. Oh, no. Yeah. She had that good Egyptian on Saturday. I was like, go on, girl. I can't stand you. But you look good, girl. I'm cracking jokes, but I'm serious. You look good. You know, you really did. I was like, okay, you know. I mean, I've seen you many times, throughout the years, but it's like you had that good on. It was just, it looked. She had the wet look. She looked like Chili of TLC on Saturday. I was like, oh, don't go chasing waterfalls. I was like, oh, girl. I thought you. Yes, it's amazing what that little finger can do. All right, Lady G. Don't make me shut my live down again. She always be on some personal stuff every time. Yes, I've been known to, yeah, whip that finger out in a pinch. Yeah. I heard Death Row Records refused Al a recording contract because his singing voice sounded too much like Michelet's regular speaking voice. You're just so funny. You're so funny, Troy. You need your own show. I mean, seriously, you need your own show. Uh, Good morning, Florida, with Troy Anthony. More than friends, less than lovers. Oh man, oh mama. And he's back. What say you, Angie? Stop, Troy. Oh, she's taking up for me. Stop it, Troy. Damn it, man. I'm a doctor, not a magician. Less than lovers. Friends. Less than lovers. Less than lovers. More than friends. That's a nice way to let somebody down. We're more than friends, less than lovers. That's what you tell somebody who's no good in the bed. we're better off being friends because you can't throw down in the bed, girl. Sit down somewhere. You know, dare I say this? I was with a few girls who were like that. They just didn't, didn't measure up. They could have said the same thing about me, but anyway, yeah, they were okay. They were great friends. They turned out to be better friends than they were, bed buddies. That was a whole bunch of them, I tell you. They say you have to kiss a lot of frogs to get to a prince. Well, I kissed a lot of frogs to get to a princess, and I only found two, and those are the only two women that I married. Yeah, but I'm not going back. I'm not going back to do that again. I am done with that. I didn't start coughing until I got back in Chicago. I was okay as long as I was in St. Louis. Maybe I need to go back. Maybe the air is different down there. I don't know. Here's the late Jesse Powell and you on Bedtime Stories. Mm-mm. Stop it, Troy. Stop it, man. Mm-mm. And it's interesting because, going out of town, I didn't have my own room. My room was adjacent to someone else's. It was like, I don't want to make any noise, if you know what I mean. Are you all right in there, Al? I'm okay. Yeah. So, yeah. So I just went to bed, just went to bed. Sometimes you just have to, ride it out. Go cold turkey. Speaking of which, no, this is tuna. I cannot remember the name of that place that was down in St. Louis, but I do remember that it was next door to the Blues Museum. So, what just fell? Always knocking stuff over. Oh, that was a cup. Okay, cool. So, anyway. Okay, what got knocked over? Anywho, where am I? And she said, "What day is it?" I forgot. All right. So I bought this thing, right? It's supposed to make ice cubes. It's like you squeeze it and then it turns into ice cubes, right? It's just one big block of ice. It's just one big block of ice. Nothing has changed. Just it's been sitting in my freezer for quite a while, and now I get to use it for an occasion just like this to put my finger in it. Isn't that wonderful? Put my finger in it. So I'm in this group on Facebook. It's called My Brother's Keeper, and they post how can I put it, art and what do they call them, art and instructional videos. That's what we call them, because we think, as well, some men think so, that a woman's body is a work of art and that porn videos are instructional videos. So that's what I call it, instructional videos and works of art. And that's it. Do you have any rubbing alcohol that takes the swelling out? I have hand sanitizer. That's all I have. Yeah, I just have plenty of hand sanitizer, which I brought back from St. Louis. A whole $3 for a little bottle that looked like it had been opened. Yeah, with aloe in it. Ooh. So I've been rubbing that on my finger all day, and of course, it took some of the swelling down, and it with the aloe in it, it turned my finger a certain color. And it's not because of gangrene or anything else. But I don't have any rubbing alcohol. I just have hand sanitizer. So I'm using the clear hand sanitizer. So, but I'm good. So now I got it, sticking in the ice. Feels good too. So maybe I'll have someone to bring me some rubbing alcohol. No one's going to bring me rubbing alcohol no 12 o'clock at night. That ain't going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen. So my sister doesn't drive. Lady G doesn't drive. Ronnie's not coming to the city. Will your finger fit without getting it stuck in the bottle? Pour some in a shallow bowl or lid top. No, I'm just going to keep putting, like I said, the hand sanitizer on it. So it'll be all right. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be all right. I'm in the city at my dad's house. Oh, well, bring me some alcohol. She's not going to bring me no alcohol. Yeah. What's open this time of night? Walgreens on 75th and State. I'm not going way over there. People do that all the time. It's like, they'll be stuck out in the woods somewhere. I'm in Joliet or something. They be like, I said, where are you? I'm in the woods somewhere. I don't know. Put your GPS on. And that's it. And then I go get them. But boy, don't let me be stuck somewhere. Well, where you at? Nearby where you were last time. Oh man, that's a long way out, man. Well, I tell you what, if you don't get nobody else, call me back. Really? He's on 76 in Lafayette. You mean you like 5 minutes away from me? Really? 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 Well, he ain't gonna come over here. But I would get out of my bed in the middle of the night, and go get somebody. And my wife would be like, where do you think you're going? Oh, I got to go get Maurice. He's stranded somewhere. Oh, I got to go get Terry Bishop. He's stranded somewhere. They said, they ain't going to do the same for you. I said, I know, babe, but, it's like, so you got to be Captain Saberho all the time. Well, they not hoes. It'd be different. And it's like, She was right. Yeah, she was absolutely right. And I got locked out one night. She locked me out the bedroom. I was like, how you gonna lock me out the bedroom? I thought that it was so funny. I'm like, you can't lock me out the bedroom. I'm from 47th Street. I can open any lock anytime. Don't you watch those TV shows where they take a what is that a safety pin or a paper clip and break into somebody's crib? You know that shit. Excuse me. You know that's real. You pop that thing and you in. You call herself locking me out of the bedroom. I'm like, which brings me to tonight's subject. Why do women punish us by not having sex with us? Why is that a punishment? Well, I'm not going to give you none. That means you don't get any either. What kind of crap is that? You don't get none. Okay, MacGyver, yeah. But I don't get it. It's like, so you're going to deny me to have sex with you? So that means you don't get any either. Unless, you got an ace in the hole or ace that's in your hole. Today is Chubby Checker's birthday. He turned 81 years old. I have mixed feelings, Greg, about Chubby Checker. And I'll tell you what. That ended abruptly. Anyway, of course, that's Prince. And I hate you because I love you. I can't love you because I hate you. Kevin Brooks, that's who posted that. I'm sorry. I thought that was Greg Moore. He said, good evening, Al. Today is Chubby Checker's birthday on October 3rd. He turned 81 years old. Troy said Chubby Checker's brother Slim Chess was more talented. Slim Chess. And once again, I have mixed feelings about Chubby Checker. And it's no fault of his, but every fault of Dick Clark. Let me tell you the story real quick. The song The Twist was originally done by a guy by the name of Hank Ballard and the Midnighters. His version of The Twist came out 2 years before Chubby Checker's. Chubby Checker's version of The Twist went on to sell millions and millions of copies. Hank Ballard was the writer of the Twist, right? And get this. They gave Hank Ballard $500 for The Twist. He sold the rights to the song to Dick Clark. Dick Clark gave it to Ernest Evans, who became Chubby Checker. His wife, Dick Clark's wife, named Chubby Checker. First of all, he was big, and of course, there was a Fats Domino, so he became Chubby Checker. Get it? Checker, Domino, yeah. They gave Hank Ballard $500 and told him to beat it. So I have mixed feelings about Chubby Checker. Just saying. But happy birthday, Ernest Evans, from all of us here on Bedtime Stories. So Kevin Brooks, like I said, I have have mixed feelings about Mr. Checker. Now, it's no fault of his. I mean, he was just, a pawn in a chess game. Checkers, chess, yeah. He was just a pawn in a chess game. He had no idea that the twist was going to be as big as it was. So much so it was released twice. And he became the person synonymous with the twist. not Hank Ballard and the Midnighters, which came out on King Records in 1958. Or was it 59? 59. So a year later, Chubby Checker did it and it became a big hit. And if you look at the 45, Hank Ballard's name is nowhere to be found. No name, no publishing company, nothing. They gave Hank Ballard $500. What did he do? He went out and bought a Cadillac. That's a true story, and I'm Herb Kent, whose birthday's on the 5th. And that was it. The song went on to sell millions. People thought that Chubby Checker wrote that song. And he, once again, he went on to fame with that one song. He was a one-hit wonder. He did other songs, but those songs didn't do anything. He tried to do the pony and boogity, 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 shoot, pony time. And that was it. That's exactly who you sounded like. I know, right? And that's another Deep Dusty. But poor Hank Ballard, that was it. That was it for Hank. Hank was done. Hank had a whole career before that song. He had worked with me and work while the getting is good, so good, so good. And there's a thrill upon the hill. Let's go, let's go. He had all these songs. Teardrops on your letter, which was the flip side of the twist. Yeah. What'd you say? Chubby Checker introduced the dance, the twist. You're right. But Hank Ballard wrote the song. Kevin Brooks. I hear what you're saying. I get it. I understand. He came up with the dance to go to the song. But Hank Ballard had a big hit with his follow hit, the screw. The twist, the screw. Yeah. But Hank's career never recovered after that. Never. Even after James Brown, picked him up. He had a hit in the 70s called From the Love Side, which was written by, of course, the Godfather, so James Brown. But he never had any hits after that. Never. Not a one. I was like, wow. They named the cab after him. Oh, no. Yep. And that was it. Poor Hank. Yeah. I read that in a magazine once, and he had on shades, and they said the shades hide the tears. I'm like, yeah, I'd be upset too if I sold the rights to my song for $500. And it made millions. And it made Chubby Checker a household name, and me a has-been in the game. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. But anyway. Well, at least they named a cab after him. A Checker cab? Okay. Okay, Lady G, are you and Troy, what? Y'all going on the road or something? What? And say goodnight, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. Good night, America. I'm smoking these cigars. And that's amazing. George Burns lived to be 100 years old, and he smoked cigars. And they tell people, don't smoke, don't smoke. George Burns lived to be 100 years old, smoking, and it wasn't even imported. He just smoked El Productos, and he smoked them jokers on TV to make it so bad. He was smoking cigars on TV. John Caldwell, wasn't only you. Yeah, that's the song from the love side. Only you. I'm digging you from the love side. You know, from the love side, I've done something to done, done. And that was his only hit. And that's only because James Brown, James Brown produced it. It was the whole band behind him. Hit me, band, hit me. Woo! Dun, 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 dun. And James is hollering in the back. Yeah, come on, Hank. Come on, Hank. James in the back. Come on, Hank. Like, sing that stuff. And he was a Capricorn. I know, right? John Caldwell. Man, you got me in trouble with Rita, man. She won't even talk to me now. Finger poppin', poppin' time. That was Hank Ballard, yeah. Finger poppin', poppin' time. That's a real good sign. Something, something, something. That's a real good sign. So good, so good. Yep. Rita won't talk to you, no. Work with me, Annie. Work while the getting is good. So good, so good, so good. And then Annie had a baby. I'm like, dang. He worked that Annie to death, boy. Annie had a work with me, Annie. Annie had a baby. Annie had a dog. It's like, wow. Yeah, Annie had a baby. Yeah. I was like, dang. She's up with walking with the baby. She was talking with the baby. I'm like, dang, Hank, who is this Annie? And why, each song was named after Annie. He made a whole career out of that. And then he did the twist, and that was it. And Dick Clark said, you don't need this song no more. Yep, he did the original. There's a thrill upon the hill. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There's a thrill upon the hill. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yep. Then Etta James had her answer. Work with me, Henry. Yep. Recorded right here in Chicago. The Ohio Players and Let's Love. We only got a day. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Good Lord, I'm reading. We will celebrate Hank Ballard's birthday next month, November 18th. Don't forget, Al. I won't forget, Kev. Hank Ballard, who originally did the twist before Chubby Checker, whose birthday is today. But Chucky was just a Chucky. Chubby was just a pawn, Dick Clark bought the song and said, here's a song you should sing. And he made millions out of it. Poor Hank Ballard, he got a whole $500, went out and bought him a Cadillac. That was it. I know he was mad. Like, where's my money? It's like, you got your money. Here's your $500. It's Roy Ayers, programmed for love. Just ahead of foreplay on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Mm-hmm. She said, fix this Dick Clark. Yep, old Dick Clark. Uh, all 10-hour days all this week. Well, thanks for bringing me the alcohol. I appreciate it. I knew you weren't going to do it. Just finished gigging at the Promontory. Go on here with your bad self, John. Vic Jackson, what's going on? Slick Vic. Slick Vic. Yeah. Slick Vic. At the Promontory. That's what's up. One of these days, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get to the Promontory. I'll DoorDash it to you. I tell you. Don't ever get stranded, Ronnie. Don't. You get stranded somewhere, don't call me. Mm-mm. Don't call Al. Call AAA, baby. This double A ain't coming to get you. Mm-mm. You that close and that close to Walgreens and that close to me. Oh no. I'm done. I'm done with you, Ronnie. See? Mm-mm. And y'all and the women always saying, ain't no good men out here. Uh-huh. I know one that's got his finger in a barrel of ice right now, okay? I'm in my bed. Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, that's cool. Enjoy. 10-hour day. And take your whole 15 minutes away from just dropping it off. You just say, come downstairs, get this alcohol, boy, and get back in the bed. You'll be back in the bed in no time. Your sheets won't even be cold. But it's cool. I'm in my bed. Okay. Sound like somebody else I know. I don't do no last minute stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. But I tell you what, on October, I think it's the 15th. 15th. Yep. I will be front and center watching the Whispers, L.J. Reynolds and the Dramatics, and Jeffrey Osborne at the casino. Yeah. And don't call me at the last minute talking about, oh, you ain't asked me to go. No. Mm-mm. If you listen to the commercials, all of them, every commercial that runs for the casino, I got tickets for it. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it because, as I'm whatever. I'm just saying it because I'm whatever. So, but it's cool. Even if I wait till the day of and ask somebody, they'll come and get my ass and take me. I won't even have to drive. But it's cool. It's cool. Yeah. It is cool. What's that song by the time? Baby, it's cool. Whatever you wanna do. Yep. I get that all the time. I'm like, okay. Y'all women keep thinking so petty. I'm sitting here with with my finger in some ice, and I'm petty, and you live right across the street or stand across the street from Walgreens, and I'm petty, okay. Mm-mm-mm. Yep, I will be that. Because if it was anybody, I would be like, what you need when you need it? Okay. I'll put this joker on autopilot and be over there so fast before the song is off. It's like, okay. Play Boogie in the Butt by Eddie Murphy. I'm gonna play that right at midnight. She said, I just sit in VIP now. Go on, Vic. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles and Give Her Up. I don't know how many times I've heard that. Give her up. Smokey said, on second thought, maybe I won't give her up. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis and Chicago, which is Biggs Radio. And of course, the best music of your life.com. And Bedtime Stories is sponsored by our good friends over at Grubhub. Zell Chaz Chase Hackers. Okay. What happened? Come on, Grubhub. Finish. That's right. Oh, I didn't get a chance to play the commercial and bug Troy by playing it loudly. Grubhub Delivery Dance. Grubhub, of course, is a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories here on WOSD Radio, BiggsRadio.com, the best music of your life.com. It is time for foreplay. This gentleman used to head a group called the Matadors. They patterned themselves after the Platters. Well, by the late 70s, or the early 70s, I should say, he left the group, which had been by that time named the Miracles, from the Matadors to the Miracles. He was the principal lead singer, songwriter, along with Warren Pete Moore. They wrote some of the most beautiful songs ever. Well, Smokey said he had taken the group as far as they could go. So he decided he was going to retire. So he retired. He went into semi-retirement for a while, and then and he came back as a solo artist and went on to become the vice president of Motown under his good friend Berry Gordy. They were one of the first groups to be signed to Motown, and he was one of the songwriters who wrote everything for everybody. He wrote "Don't Mess with Bill" for the Marvelettes. Uh, I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, I could go on and on all night about talking about Smokey, but I'll let Smokey do the singing and the talking for us. For the first time in Foreplay, we feature the music of Smokey all by himself on Bedtime Stories. Go on with your Smokey self. That's right, Smokey Bill. Go on and grow on. I'm about to say, I know I had a napkin. Mm-mm. Say, Smokey. Smokey put on a great show at the Chicago Theater. He went to the floor up and several times unassisted. It's because Smokey is a vampire. Smokey ceased to be real a long time ago. Smokey is no longer real. He is, yeah. Mm-mm. Yep. I'm telling you, Smokey, he works out. Smokey is not real. He's like 80 something years old. He is not real. Mm-mm. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. It's the it's the Brotox. I know, right? I'm sorry, folks, but I don't mean to talk about Smokey or nothing. But I'm sure he has to tape his eyelids shut in order to go to sleep. I'm sure he sleeps in a hyperbolic chamber. What she said, the Botox. Mm-hmm. And he gets a spray tan. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Smokey is a vampire. Have you ever seen Smokey out during the day? No. Smokey is not real. He's just, mm-mm. Nobody looks that good at 81 years old. 82. Mm-mm. Him and George Hamilton. Mm-hmm. That has nothing to do with his knees. He's not real. I'm telling you. Smokey is so well preserved, Smuckers wants to know what his secret is. Smuckers wants to know. I'm telling you. He's been contacted by A.R. Lee, Gatlin, Cage, A.A. Rayner. They're like, what the hell are you doing? Hell, our dead bodies don't look that damn good. Mm-mm. Just a mirage. I know that's right. Mm-mm. I'm telling you. Y'all, y'all think I'm kidding. Smokey is a daywalker. Y'all seen, y'all saw that movie Blade. He is a vampire. He walks around during the day with sunglasses on. Smokey looks younger now than he did back in the 60s. Okay, don't believe me. You just hating on Smokey because he looked better than you. I can get some green contacts and some Botox and get rid of this. Mm-hmm. It's stuck in my head. Mm-hmm. Hmm. It numbs your forehead. You can't do nothing. Mm-hmm. He went to shoot. He went to the place and said, "Make me look like I did in '62." Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He probably uses the Botox all over. Oh Lord. Mm-mm. Lady G said he uses it all over. Mm. Him and Lionel Richie. Lionel, that's another day walker. He looks younger now than he did when he's with the Commodores. I'm telling you. Y'all think I'm playing. Y'all think I'm playing. You never see Lionel Richie in the daytime without sunglasses on. Lionel Richie's girlfriend. Doppelganger, yeah. Lionel Richie's girlfriend is like 40 years old. Lionel himself is what, 70 something? Mm-hmm. What is a doppelganger? I don't know what that is. Somebody explain that to me. Explain it to me. I'm just saying. Lionel Richie, Smokey Robinson, Daywalkers. You probably go in their refrigerator, it's probably pints and pints of blood. Would you like a cocktail? I make a great Bloody Mary. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm telling you, if I get some shots up here, you know it. And my forehead will be frozen. It'll be like, wait a minute. Maybe that's what's keeping me from getting a girlfriend. They see them them frown lines. I look like Worf and daggone the Star Wars. I think that's what it is. The only girls that touch me are like the Golden Girls. Come here, baby. I'll make a mean pot of greens for you. I go, okay, mama. Mm-mm. I know. I might as well just stop trying to get somebody younger than me and just go ahead with, Granny Gump and be done. Someone who looks like your twin but not related to you. Complete stranger lookalikes. Identical twin strangers. Okay. It's a person not a person non-related that looks like you. Oh, okay. You learn something new every day. A doppelganger. I have no one who looks like me and no one who wants to look like me. I take that back. My granddaughter looks like not Naomi, but Mimi. She looks like me. Yeah. But I'm telling you, Smokey and Lionel Richie, they are not real. They are not real. There's nobody that looks like that at 80 something years old. I don't care. You can stay at the gym all damn day. I'm sorry. Smokey is not real. Ladies, come on. Mm-mm. And they love Smokey. Oh, ooh. They probably mad at me now. You can't talk about Smokey. This one young lady, she's not on tonight. Miss Hill, Sandalia. She said her grandfather looks like Smokey Robinson. Okay. Weird Al Yankovic looks better than both Smokey Robinson and Lionel Richie. Oh, no. Uh-uh. Ew, that's an eerie resemblance to Loana. Oh my. James Grooms, yeah. He's a better singer than both of them too. Oh yeah, way better. That's an eerie resemblance. Luana just sent me a picture of Mr. Grooms, who looks like Lionel Richie. Ooh. James Grooms. All righty. But I don't care what nobody says. Smokey and Lionel Richie can't be real. To be real, they not real. It's an eerie resemblance. Eerie. Ooh, spooky. That James Grooms, yeah, he does look. But so who is Smokey's doppelganger, whatever that is? Mm-mm. Weird Al Yankovic. Oh yeah, he's much better looking. Yeah, yes he is. He's a handsome man. Smokey Robinson wrapping up foreplay right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. What you said I'm not through yet. Wait a minute. What I played Daylight and Darkness, Agony and Ecstasy, Sweet Harmony, and I played Baby Come Close. What did I miss? Oh, you mean this one? It's Quiet Storm. The song that started out this whole thing, right? You're Smokey. 4 plus 2 more on Bedtime Stories. Just happened to know James Groom for many years from church. And Weird Al looks like a photo negative of Kenny G. That's funny. Mm-mm. That's pretty funny, Fred. Mm-mm. Weird Al Yankovic looked like a negative of Kenny G. And he's made an entire career off of other people's songs. And Prince wasn't having it. Prince was like, "You're not messing up my songs. I lost on Jeopardy, baby. Woo! And then at the end, they have Greg Kihn in his own in the video for his song. Um, and the one he did for Michael Jackson, because I'm fat, you know it. In the Amish Paradise, his biggest hits, I tell you, in the Amish Paradise. I saw coming out coming out of Union Station, I saw some Amish people. My thing is, first of all, Amish people were at a train station. I'm gonna let that marinate for Amish people at a train station. Amish people don't have cell phones and all the luxuries that we have. So how they make their reservation if they couldn't call in? They don't have computers. They don't have cell phones. They hardly have real landline phones at the crib. So how the hell did they like Amish people in the airport? Okay, I'll buy it. Amish people in the airport. How'd they make a reservation? They don't have phones, they don't have computers, they don't have cell phones, they don't have nothing. They went to the station. So they already knew where they were going. So therefore they just went in there and made the reservation right then. So, so Mr. Quaker, did you make a reservation online? No, we don't have computers. Well, how about on your cell phone? We don't have that. What is that? We see the commercial. Oh, we don't have TV either. Okay, so we can't even see the commercials. So that's it. I heard Beaker on Sesame Street was created by a lookalike to Al Greer. Ah, Beaker. No, actually, and this is a true story. They Angie said they went to the station in what? Their horse and buggy? My fault. It was the Muppets. Yeah, you can still do it that way. Um, they're gradually coming to the 21st century, maybe. And actually, the character that you're talking about was Animal that they made after me. You know, that was that, yeah, because he's a drummer, and so am I. So it was definitely Animal. Give it up for Animal on the drums, ladies and gentlemen. So you just walk right into the station. What? Will you park your horse and buggy outside? Or do they park it for you? Well, they park it. They throw the keys to your horse. You're like, here you go. Park to my horse, please. I would have guessed Gonzo, yeah. Yeah. You're trying not to let. Just imagine, imagine a whole bunch of horse and buggies in front of Union Station. And they get out the car, they get off the horse and go, chirp, chirp, chirp. Yeah, put the alarm on the horse. Chirp, chirp. walk away and come back and I was only parked here for a few minutes. Why would you put a boot on my horse? Damn city. They put a boot on the horse. More than 2 tickets. That's it. You're laughing now, aren't you, Lady G? Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Excuse me, sir. License and registration. It's a horse. Is this horse insured? My insurance card. I don't know, but you can make a reservation at a station or airport. Angie, you don't get it, do you? Like what? What? They're gonna walk into the airport to make a reservation. To go where? They want to go to New York or something? What? What? Where? Would they fly first class? What? I don't care. You make it sound so simple, Angie. Oh, they just walk into the airport and make a reservation. Obviously, you don't get it. You don't get it. I know, make you understand. I know. These are people that come from different civilizations. They don't have what we have. They don't have none of that stuff. And she's like, well, they just walk into the airport and make a reservation. Walk into the airport. I work for an airline. I've seen it. Okay. So where did they park their horse? How'd they get to the airport? In an Uber? You have to have a phone for that. A Uber, a Lyft. What? They rode in a cab? What? How'd they, Angie, did they get to the airport? You don't get it. Oh, I've seen them. Okay, they're there. How did they get there? They thumbed a ride? What? They parked the horse outside? What? They gonna put the horse, in storage at the airport, and the people gonna take care of the horse until they get back from vacation? How, Angie? How? Well, I've seen them before. They walk into the airport. How they get to the airport? It's a simple question, Angela. How did an Amish person get to the airport? How did they get there? Did they take the bus? Did they ride a car? Did they ride a horse? How did they get? Thank you. It's up the horse and buggy. We're going to the airport. How, Sway, how did they get to the airport? but I've seen them in a flight. You don't know how they got there though. Okay, once they get on the airplane, okay, how did they get to the airport? You just see them on the plane. They just pop up, right? Will they take a cab? How'd they get the cab? Gotta have a phone to call the cab. Okay. You've seen them in a flight. Where were they going? Where were they coming from? They live in a cornfield somewhere. How did they get to the airport? It's a simple question. It's just like at the station. I said, WVO and your name, may I have your name, please? Hello. Your name is hello? Oh, I'm stupid. I'm stupid now. Okay. How'd they get to the airport, Angie? You can't even answer that question. I'm stupid, but you can't tell me how they get to the airport. But I'm stupid. Okay. Okay. Did they call a cab? No, they don't have cell phones. Did they call a Lyft or Uber? No, you need a cell phone for that. Foreplay featuring Smokey Robinson. That's 4 plus 2 more right here on Bedtime Stories. Oh, boy. So I was at the airport. Well, not at the airport. I was at Union Station. And this afternoon, I saw some Amish people in the bus station. You know, Greyhound, you know, Amtrak train, that whole thing. So my thing is, how did they get there? And no one can answer that question for me. How did the Amish people get to the airport or to the bus station? And they made a reservation. Now, my sister Angie, who works for American Airlines, she said she's seen them on a flight. So how did they get to the airport? It's a simple question. These are people that ride horse and buggies. They don't have electric lights. They don't have cell phones. They don't watch television, any of that stuff. You've seen them in the commercials, and they're portrayed as, you know, being simpletons. But I'm just saying, Angie, how did they get to the airport? Now she's calling me dumb and stupid because I'm asking her, how did they get to the airport, Angie? But she can't answer. What? What? I'm sorry, sir. You can't park that horse and buggy there. You're blocking somebody. Okay. I give up. I'll be stupid, Angie, but I know damn well that they didn't get. They call an Uber. They use their cell phone. They saw it on TV. They don't have any of that. How did they get to the bus station? You can be mad all you want to and go to bed and call me stupid all day long. How did they get to the airport? Kanye West, a sellout moron, and sellout moron Candace Owens were photographed wearing matching shirts that said White Lives Matter. For once, I agree with. uh, How did they get to the airport, Angela? You call me stupid all you want to, kid. I want to know how they got there. So they was on I-90 in a horse and buggy on their way to O'Hare. I'm just saying. Kanye and this and sellout moron Candace Owens were photographed wearing matching T-shirts that said "White Lives Matter." I saw that. I think that every man, and you all are gonna get mad at me because I'm sure some of you all are fans of these young ladies. Every man who has ever dated a Kardashian has lost his monkey mind. Lamar Odom, Bruce Jenner, Kanye West. I'm just saying, they have lost their monkey minds. Lamar almost died from an overdose. He was dating. He wasn't even dating one of the cute ones. He was dating Chloe, who looks like OJ with a wig on. I don't care what nobody says. That's OJ's child. Y'all can hate me. They can block me on Facebook. That's OJ's baby. I'm just saying. You know, they used to have swinger parties at the Kardashian house. I'm just saying. Chloe's daddy is not Robert Kardashian. Her daddy is Arenthethal or whatever his name is. Arenthethal out. OJ Simpson. Don't be mad at me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Orenthal James Simpson is her daddy. She got brown, sandy hair. All the rest of them got black hair. They're all Armenian. And you mean to tell me they are driving these men crazy? Ray J making movies with Kim in it like she just dropped dead gorgeous. I did a search on Google. They do not use phones, but in business matters, a phone and a computer are allowed inside. They aren't allowed to use cars, but some are allowed to drive to their business. Usually they will get a ride from a friend of their family. Thank you, Lady G. Now I know damn well I'm not stupid. Thank you, Lady G. That's the answer. How did they get to the airport? They do not use phones. They are not allowed to use cars. A phone and a computer are allowed inside. So there's your answer. Thank you for writing in. I'm Casey Kasem. Keep your feet on the ground and stay away from Angie Martin Turner. How did they get to the airport? This is a simple question. Just saying. So thank you, Lady G, for that information. She has just answered my question. They do not use phones, but in business manner, a phone and a computer are allowed inside. They are not allowed to use cars, but some are allowed to drive to their business. Usually they will get a ride from a friend. What's the friend doing with a car though? If they're Amish people, they don't have cars. They're not supposed to. It's against their religion to have anything that has to do with Western civilization. I'm just saying. They're not allowed to have anything. Cell phone, cable, nothing. You know, they probably still use kerosene lamps to light the house. Oh, it's usually an outside friend who's outside of the Amish faith. Is that what they make friends with other people so they get a ride to work? So the outside friend, they got all the luxuries that they don't have. You know, they got a cell phone, they got a car, electric lights. So they definitely don't pay their bills online, do they? I'm just saying. They write the checks out and they mail them, just like Mama used to do. I'm just saying. Nope. I'm just saying. How did they get to the airport or the bus station? It's not a hard question. Once again, when I'm at VON and I'm answering the phone, WVON, may I have your name, please? And they say, hello? Your name is hello. Then they ask, who is this? Who did you call? You called WVON. I answered the phone, WVON. They actually think that the person on the air is going to answer the phone. Where if they're listening to the radio, they can tell the person puts you on hold and then they come to you. They don't answer the phone on the air. They just don't. That is one of those Prince songs that I hardly ever play. I used to get teased by Marcella Jones, who was my co-worker at WKKC. She said, "You be playing that booty music." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You know, them love making music." No, that's the difference. My songs aren't booty songs. My songs are love songs. There's a difference. Now, if you listen to certain artists, I'm not going to name any names, but theirs is just blatant, straight out, I want to have sex with you. You know, your body's calling me. You know, my music is implied. For instance, there's a song by the Stylistics, um, originally done by the Intruders. We're going to be united. And then Peaches and Herb did Reunited. They didn't just come out and say, you know, we're going to have some sex now. Sex now. Oh, you shut up and play the music. You're the Stylistics and their version of United on Bedtime Stories. We're gonna have some sex now. Sex now. I'm going to put it in you. That's not what they're saying, Al. Mm-mm. As was said, some of them are allowed to work outside businesses and can accept rides from non-Amish friends. Okay, I get it. But thank you, Lady G, for clearing that up because obviously my sister thinks I'm a moron for asking that question, and it's a real simple question. How did the Amish people get to Union Station? They call non-Amish people English. Okay, but yeah, they got the beards and no mustache, no nothing, just the beard. I guess from the time that they're younger, they just grow the beard and they shave the mustache off, so they all look the same. But once again, I'll be the idiot. I'll be stupid. I'll be the dummy. How'd they get to the airport? It's a simple question. WVON, your name, please? Hello? Your name is hello? I couldn't hear you. As loud as my voice is, and people can't hear me? Really? You can't hear me. Okay. United. Park my horse. Mm-mm. I lost a lot of listeners tonight trying to answer that question. I tell you. Mm-mm. That is crazy, man. Crazy, man. This just in. Can Amish ride in cars? Amish don't drive cars, but catching a ride is okay. You won't catch too many Amish behind a wheel of an automobile, but you'll often see them riding shotgun because people sometimes wonder why Amish ride in cars but don't drive them. Amish do accept rides, and they often hire non-Amish to drive them places. A business owner may travel to and from work sites with an English employee during the driving. An Amish housewife might ride in a van along with other Amish women. Amish take issue with ownership and operation of a car. For the Amish, an ownership of a car would threaten the community and family. A car is a tool that takes members far from home. Amish feel that it has the potential to break down bonds of their society. Thus, they keep the car at arm's length. Yes, I am. Amish taxis, non Amish drivers who make a living by driving the Amish. So there you have it. Does anyone know that Amish people existed before Weird Al Yankovic sang Amish Paradise? Yeah, we knew that. Yes. You turn in the butter and all of that stuff. Yeah, we knew that. Ken Wadlington, what's going on? Yeah, I I'm sorry. I just want to know how they got to the airport. And once again, Lady G came to the rescue. And that's all Angie had to do was just go Google it. Said, are they allowed to drive? Do they have cars? So they got Amish taxis. I love my train ride. I slept all the way Sunday morning, all the way to St. Louis. It was wonderful. This morning was a different story. They had the AC on, the Maestro of Love. Barry White, you're the one that I need. Show your rhymes. Good evening to Ken Watlington, also to Cherie Yvette Withers Banks. Better late than never, sweetheart. Thank you so much for joining us here on Bedtime Stories. We're just trying to find out how the Amish got to the bus station today. Did they come by horse and buggy, or do they have Amish taxis? We just found out the answer. What's up, Cherie? Here's Stevie and our last song of the night. Ken said, I love the Amtrak. I hear you. I you know, once again, it's the equivalent to being on the train all night on the red line, just going up and down on the red line from 95th to Harlem and Harlem back to 95th, just riding the the red line all night, which some people do. Unfortunately, they're homeless, so they have no choice but to ride the train all night. But to purposely be in the train for that long, I was like, it's different. It's different from being in a plane. You get in a plane, what, you're there in an hour and a half. But once again, Ken, I've never been on a train that long. So I was a little, yeah. So when I got to work, it was like, I don't want nobody talking to me. Everything that was going on in the station annoyed me because I was, they say you have jet lag when you're you know, on a plane. Well, I had train lag. It was just, woo. I was loopy all day. I had a headache, everything. My neck was killing me because, when you're on the train, you can't get comfortable. You just can't, especially if you got somebody next to you. And this little white girl decided to plop her butt next to me. It's like, oh, Lord. I'm glad I got my headphones on. I had to talk to her. I was listening to my smooth jazz music. It's like, no, sweetheart. I don't want to talk to you. My mom took Amtrak to visit my grandmother 3 weeks ago. She will be back on Wednesday. She loves Amtrak. And so do I now. That's how I'll be traveling from now on. Sing it, Stevie. Yep. Thank you so much for standing up with me. Cherie Yvette Withers Banks. I'm so tired I can't get her name out. Ken Wadlington, Lady G. My sister from another Mr. Angie Martin Turner. Happy birthday, Angie. Lady G, just everybody, thank you so much. And Lady G, thank you for giving me that age-old answer to the question, how did the Amish people get to the bus station? Of course, Troy Anthony and his good friend Tits McGee. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, Miss Delicious. Good night, Biggs. And good night, everybody else. The Amish, the Quakers, the Mormon communities are very similar. The Mormon men, think of Donnie Marie, are allowed to marry more than one woman, but I don't think Mrs. Osmond would allow that. Sometimes they're called the Church of Latter-day Saints. Well, thank you for that inflammation. Thank you very much. We'll do it again tomorrow. I got to do my B-side show for tomorrow, and that's it. And I'm going to bed. Good night, everyone. Love you guys, especially you, Cherie. Yeah, baby. You're kind of cute there. I don't like women that little, but I'll make an exception. Anyways, let me stop. She's a married woman. Anyway, plus she doesn't think I'm serious anyway, so But anyway, good night, everybody. Love you guys. Take care. Especially you, Cherie.